The Arditi were a special force of elite shock troops in the Italian army during World War I, known for their daring and bravery. Their name, derived from the Italian word ardire, meaning to dare, reflects their primary role in executing audacious and dangerous missions on the battlefield. These soldiers were part of the broader military evolution during the war, where specialized units were created to break the stalemate of trench warfare that characterized much of the conflict. The formation of the Arditi can be traced back to the extreme challenges faced by the Italian army on the Isonzo front, a mountainous region where traditional warfare tactics proved ineffective. The Italian front was characterized by steep mountains, narrow valleys, and heavily fortified enemy positions, which made frontal assaults particularly costly and ineffective. In response, the Italian High Command sought to develop a new type of soldier, who could carry out lightning-fast attacks to breach enemy lines, thereby creating opportunities for larger forces to exploit. In 1917, the Arditi units were officially established. They were composed of volunteers who were physically and mentally tough, often drawn from the ranks of existing infantry regiments. These soldiers underwent rigorous training that emphasized speed, surprise, and close combat skills. Their training was different from that of regular infantrymen, focusing on hand-to-hand combat, the use of grenades, trench knives, and other short-range weapons, and operating in difficult terrain. The Arditi were not intended to hold positions or engage in prolonged combat. Instead, their role was to infiltrate enemy trenches, create chaos, and disrupt defenses. Their attacks were characterized by sudden and intense assaults designed to break through the enemy's frontline trenches, which would then be exploited by regular infantry units. One of the key weapons used by the Arditi was the dagger, or pugnail, a long trench knife that became a symbol of their close combat prowess. They also used grenades extensively, carrying multiple types for different situations. Unlike regular soldiers, they often did not carry rifles, as these were considered cumbersome for the type of rapid, close-quarters combat they specialized in. Instead, they preferred submachine guns and pistols, which were more effective in the confined spaces of trench warfare. The Arditi's uniform was also distinctive. They wore a black fez as part of their headgear, a tradition carried over from Italian colonial troops. This fez, along with other elements of their uniform, set them apart from the regular infantry, further enhancing their elite status. The Arditi were involved in some of the most critical and dangerous operations on the Italian front. One of their most famous actions was during the Battle of Caporetto in October 1917. Despite the overall Italian defeat in this battle, the Arditi units performed remarkably well, conducting rearguard actions that allowed retreating forces to escape encirclement. Their most significant achievement came during the Battle of Vittorio Veneto in October-November 1918, where they played a crucial role in the Italian breakthrough. Their assaults helped to destabilize the Austro-Hungarian front, leading to a decisive Italian victory and contributing to the eventual collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The legacy of the Arditi did not end with the conclusion of World War I. Their spirit of aggressive action and their success on the battlefield left a lasting impression on Italian military culture. After the war, many former Arditi were involved in the formation of various political groups, including some that contributed to the rise of fascism in Italy. The symbolism and tactics of the Arditi were later adopted and glorified by fascist propaganda, with figures like Benito Mussolini, himself a former soldier, celebrating their exploits as emblematic of the new Italy. The Arditi also influenced the development of special forces in other countries. Their model of small, highly trained, and aggressive units became a blueprint for similar forces in various military establishments around the world. The Arditi were a unique product of World War I, born out of the necessity to find new ways to fight a war that had become bogged down in the trenches. Their bravery, specialized tactics, and success in battle made them one of the most respected and feared military units of their time. Though their legacy is complicated by their association with later political movements, the Arditi remain a symbol of elite military performance in Italy's history.